It's a remarkable history of the Minnesota Baptist Conference reaching out to Native Americans, frankly at a time when a number of so-called denominations have really backed off from that people group, which is very unfortunate. Clearly it is a ministry that does not produce numbers or the kinds of tangible measurements for ministry effectiveness that are commonly applied. But the Minnesota Baptist Conference, through their history of Scandinavian immigrants settling near Native American villages and sustaining a cooperative relationship, that has been sustained through the decades and continues to this day. It is a ministry that is completely about developing the indigenous church, and that is accomplished through relationship building, authentically conveying the truth of Christ through our lives and through Bible instruction, pastoral care. And we have been very fortunate and blessed to be received well at the reservation. It's a sovereign nation. They don't have to receive us, but because of the commitment, the long-term commitment of the Minnesota Baptist Conference and the missionaries that have been there, we are pretty much a fixture in the community, and it's a wonderful thing. It's a very unique thing. We maintain a typical church ministry, and we try to cultivate church leadership in that model, where it is really community-led and not necessarily pastor-led. But we also have a really long tradition from the late 60s of team ministry, where churches will send youth teams or even adult teams to come up and do ministry on the reservation with children, youth, adults. In fact, the building that's at Net Lake represents a tremendous work of God through many, many people, and it's designed to accommodate mission teams. And so we try to schedule as many as we can. You don't need a passport, you don't need to make flight arrangements. You can drive to Net Lake. It's 4 hours from the Twin Cities. You can spend a day or spend a weekend. We invite you to do that. We can accommodate mission teams, or I'm sorry, mission committees that want to consider this as a ministry outreach. And so you can actually visit the ministry site and evaluate it, see how things work, and go back and report to the church at large. So it's not just a mission team site, it's a place where partnerships can be established and support can be established, and you can visit and see what has happened and what is happening. And ministries right now that are active, and there have been different times on different reservations when ministries have been active, but right now, currently, there's Net Lake, and then of course Grand Portage, and now a new ministry that was started this year in January with Kenny Danielson up at the Northwest Angle and in the War Road community with the people that are there from both the Red Lake Nation as well as the Canadian reserves. We also have an extension area of the Boys Fort Reservation from Net Lake at Lake Vermilion. And we have ministry going on there as well, and we have high hopes for what can take place there. There's terrific potential in those sites and many other sites for outreach to share Christ, the hope that is in Christ, and to do so on the terms of these people who have maintained their sovereignty and their culture.